right, hello everyone, and welcome to our second week of Advent. This week we'll start out where we typically do with the countdown. I'll welcome us, and then we'll jump right into Joy to the World. So just listen through the song itself. It's the version that we've done over the last, I guess we introduced it maybe last year. But either way, if you've never heard this version before, it's Phil Wickham's version. So anyways, verse 1 I'll take. We'll jump in on the first chorus together, staying into verse 2, second chorus, and then verse 3 kind of goes down for a second. So I'll take verse 3, and then we'll come in on that first chorus, and then staying in until the end of the song. The bridge gets a little weird only because there's some like ad-libby things in there. I probably won't do every single one that he does in the track, but I'm going to do it pretty similar just because I feel like that really helps build the song. But we'll be in on both of those bridges, and then that's kind of the end of it. So yeah, that'll kind of be the way that Joy to the World is set up. Just listen through it. It's the same version we're doing for the Christmas night of worship. From there, we'll jump into our second week of our Advent reading, and then I'll just ask the family to come forward, and then from there we'll jump right back into Bigger Than. So Lindsay, just last week we kind of just went right into it, but I felt like maybe we should have just like briefly said, just keep this, your main focus as we get into the rest of our worship time together. However, if there's just some sort of like a line or a tagline just to help transition from the scripture reading into that, you don't have to really like expound on the scripture reading, but just kind of, hey, as we just heard, this is who our God is, and then from there we'll jump into the song. So verse 1, verse 2 will be Lindsay, then we'll come in on the first chorus together, staying into verse 3, and then second chorus, and then the bridge stays like, it's just like, you are the God, it just goes right into it. So we'll be in on that whole bridge with her, and then it goes to a down chorus, and that'll just be Lindsay. You are bigger than all my fears, God of love. Goes through that whole part. You are bigger than all my dreams, got my hope, got my peace, whatever may come my way. So that whole down chorus will be out, and then when she comes back in, that's where we'll jump in with Lindsay, and then be in until the end of the song. From there won't be a crossfade because He Lives is just a click, so that's one thing to note, Jimmy. It's just a click. There's no cues or anything like that, so we'll really just follow your lead. We're going to do it like the track. But yeah, when you're looking at the chart, there's so much extra stuff because this is like the original like Bill Gaither version. We play what's in the track. If you're listening through, it kind of just goes back and forth from God sent his son on the A. They called him to the G, or to, D on Jesus. He came to A, heal and forgive. It goes to the E. And it kind of just follows that same progression. And that's kind of like what the progression of the song does. So just kind of listen through, and when you're playing through band-wise and also just singing-wise, but know that we're singing it like it is on the track. So we'll do verse, chorus, verse 3, chorus, and then there'll be tags at the end, however many times you want to tag. And life is worth the living just because he lives. Feel free to do that as much as you'd like to, Jimmy. And then again, from there on out, if you just want to lead us through the rest of that time, that would be good. So verse 1 will be Jimmy. We'll come in on the first chorus with him, staying in through verse 2, that second chorus, and then kind of staying in until the end, and we'll just follow Jimmy's leadership from there on out. At the end of that, Jimmy, if you don't mind either praying for us or just asking everybody to be seated, either way, however you want to lead that time is great. Chief is preaching this week on Jesus has come to build his church, so this is our second week in Advent. And then from there, we'll also, more than likely, unless it changes, we will have Lord's Supper as well. And when we come back up, we'll go into Christ be magnified. I'll take verse 1 and verse 2. First chorus will come in together, staying into verse 3, second chorus. And then the bridge 1, it's listed like that within like the chord chart. I'll take that. If the cross brings transformation, then I'll be crucified with you. And then we'll come in on bridge 2 together and staying in until the end of the song. And then we'll tag the bridge, bridge 1 and bridge 2, and then one more chorus during the offertory time. So we'll see. That may change Sunday morning, but that's the plan for right now. So that is it for vocals. Band, this is where you will start the video. Second week in our Advent series, beginning with a Christmas song, Joy to the World. This is the version that we're doing for the Christmas Time Worship. It's the version that we learned last year. It's straight, just like the track, like the track, but also like the chart itself. Doing this song in C. So if you have any questions, let me know. But just note that obviously the bridge progression from bridge 1 to bridge 2 changes. So you have bridge 1 progression, and then you have bridge 2 progression where it starts on that A minor. And it just throws more minors within that second one. So note that. That's the biggest thing to note with that song. And then from there, we'll go into our second week of our Advent series. So the family will come forward and read that passage. Miranda, I still had Kim play last week, if you remember. And so I'll let Steven control kind of how loud you get, but maybe don't bring the pad all the way up. Maybe take like an ear out and kind of hear. Just to have something in the background would be good, but it doesn't really necessarily have to like be as big to fill up the whole room. But once we finish that, you can play that in E flat, by the way. We'll jump into Bigger Than, playing this song like the track, and then I said there wasn't going to be a crossfade, but I guess it's really not too big of a deal if there is one, because from Because He Lives or from Bigger Than to Because He Lives, it's just a click. So Because He Lives is how we typically do it, to where it's just a click track. So I'll still put on a crossfade on that because it doesn't really matter, because nothing's going to like come in. Jimmy can just start leading us whenever he feels ready to go. But doing Because He Lives how we typically do it, obviously it's roughly like the track, but we do the build-up of everything, and then one day on that verse, technically 3, but it's 2 for us, is where things there's that little build in there. And then playing the song throughout the rest of the time, and then we'll just follow Jimmy's leadership there on out for the tags and such like that. We'll go down, and then we're in our second week of our Advent series. Chief is preaching this week on Jesus has come to build his church. We'll also have communion, at least for right now. I don't see that changing, but if it does, it does. But that'll more than likely be our time to know we can come forward and go into the offertory song, or the response song, sorry. Christ be magnified. Not changing anything on this song, playing it in G, and then when we go into the offertory time, as of now, unless I end up changing it to maybe something more like of a Christmas song, but I don't see that happening, but it may. We'll do bridge 1, bridge 2, and then chorus 1. So yeah, and we will do chorus 1B. Sometimes we don't do this, like when we do camps and conferences and stuff like that, it's just easy to keep it straightforward. But for Sunday mornings, I like to do chorus 1B. So know that we are doing the last chorus 1B when we come out of that bridge. It does chorus 1A, and then the last time it does chorus 1B. So it's like the track, just know that. I think that's it, y'all. So we will see y'all Sunday morning, and have a good week.